At least 7 more updates are planned for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. Yet, with the impending arrival of the brand new edition of the sim, Flight Sim 2024, you would be forgiven for wondering if the current version even has a long-term future. That concern is all the more justified due to the continued delays of Sim Update 15. Originally set to release in March of this year, it was delayed into April and then into May, and now this week has been delayed yet again. Currently, the update doesn't have a new release date, although that said, it is possible it might arrive soon. Equally, it still could be a ways off. Now, to some extent, the future of the current edition of the sim might seem a little uncertain. What's more, as I browse through the comments of my Flight Sim videos, there's often confusion over exactly what Flight Simulator 2024 is going to be. Is it an update? Is it a DLC? Is it something else? I'll get to that in just a moment. And incidentally, how many of you watching this are planning on getting a Flight Simulator 2024? Do let me know in the comment section. So, first things first, Microsoft has insisted many times that Flight Simulator 2020 does have a future, that they are indeed going to continue to work on it, and that is backed up by what we see on the latest roadmap that was published in April 2024. So this shows us that the updates are coming this year. There's quite a few of them. The black squares are for updates that haven't released yet, but you'll notice that none of these have dates on them. This has always been the case for such roadmaps in the past and is not anything new this year, so that's completely fine. The black squares get filled in as and when the updates release, as we can see with the filled in squares. Now, the only one that does have a release date here is Sim Update 15, which for some reason is showing as March on this roadmap, and we know that has been delayed since then multiple times. And the reason it has been delayed incidentally is because they found an issue with WASM. Now, in simple terms, WASM, otherwise known as WebAssembly, is a technology that allows Microsoft Flight Simulator to run high-performance custom code created by third-party developers and the community. In other words, it's essential for many of the mods, upgrades and other downloads that you purchase from the marketplace. And if something isn't working with this, it could turn out to be quite game-breaking. So yes, Microsoft certainly need to get that fixed, and hopefully we'll get an updated release date on this very soon. Now, moving on, the other thing on this roadmap is Sim Update 16, and this is an interesting one because Microsoft have confirmed that this is going to be releasing in 2025. In other words, Sim Update 15 is the final Sim Update for this year. Elsewhere on the roadmap, we can see a bunch of plane releases, and these are the paid planes that often release alongside the other main updates. Now, in terms of actual content updates, there are 3 world updates listed and 2 more city updates. Now, City Update 7 is set to release this month, and that is shown on the current development roadmap, which is actually a different roadmap to the one we're looking at here. Either way, we can see City Update 7 is coming in May. The curious thing here then is that we can see City Update 7 is going to be releasing before World Update 17, and that would suggest that Microsoft's original plans have certainly changed and that the next World Update has been delayed somewhat. I doubt though that it's been delayed too far, but we'll have to see. And that said, we are closing in on the halfway point of the year already. It's super hard to believe. I've no idea where the time goes. Yet what does this mean for World Updates 18 and 19 as well as City Update 8? My feeling on this, and this is just my personal opinion, my feeling is that there's a pretty good chance that World Update 19, that's the third one on the list here, and or City Update 8 will end up moving into 2025. Just think, we got all these updates here, many of them are pretty big to release within just a few months of each other, and there's only half the year left at this point. So that said, do keep in mind that's just my opinion, and it's actually a pretty big assumption. After all, once Sim Update 15 is finally released, it's going to be possible that Microsoft will be able to release the next 3 world updates in a quick succession to each other. So there's still plenty of room for that to happen this year, although I think we'll have to see. We shouldn't take that for guaranteed. Ultimately then, it's very clear that Microsoft are not abandoning Flight Simulator 2020. At least not this year, and maybe not next year either, as there's Sim Update 16 coming at minimum. As for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024, as I mentioned, I still see some confusion about that one, so it's worth taking a few moments here to clarify things. Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 then is a brand new version of the sim. It's releasing this year and is not an expansion to Flight Sim 2020. It is entirely separate and would require a purchase if you want to access it, although I assume that it will also be available on Xbox Game Pass. But yes, this isn't an update, it's going to be a full-priced new version of the sim. Beyond that, we don't know a lot about the new version of the sim just yet. What we do know is that it is releasing this year. We also know that it will contain missions and other new activities. The new sim will also include improved graphics, which includes vastly better terrain. There are going to be some new weather systems as well, which will include things such as tornadoes. I'm specifically looking forward to seeing how that one works. And additionally, there will be full seasons. Now, Microsoft have also said that they're overhauling physics and aerodynamics for the 2024 edition of the sim. There are a few more details for it, and if you want to hear more about those, do check out the other video linked in the description. So there we have it. That's where things are at currently with Flight Sim 2020 and where they're going to be heading over the next few months and the next year or two. Beyond that, we do know that Flight Sim 2024 is coming, and hopefully sooner rather than later, we're going to start hearing more details on that one. Do check out the video linked on the screen right here, and thanks for watching this video all the way to the end. Take care, and I'll catch you next time.